There is a yoga in Vedic astrology that has nothing to do with a mat or your breath. It is a meeting in the sky. Mira taught mathematics at a small school, and she had just opened her first trading account. She did it mostly out of curiosity, but partly out of a little guilt for never truly learning what her salary actually did once it left her bank account. Her nephew, an engineering student who had recently gotten deeply into Vedic astrology, was visiting for the weekend. He found her frowning at her phone at the dinner table, scrolling past a lot of unfamiliar terms in an app. "What is wrong?" he asked. "This app keeps mentioning something called a yoga," she said. "I thought that was for flexibility, not finance." Her nephew laughed. "Not that kind," he said. "It is called a Budha-Aditya Yoga. It is simply when two planets meet in the sky. That is all a yoga really means. A union." Mira set her phone down, genuinely curious now. "Which two?" "A Budha-Aditya Yoga happens when Surya, the sun, which represents the self, the will, and one's core confidence, comes together with Buddha, Mercury, which represents the mind, reasoning, and clarity of thought. In the Parashari tradition, this is not a rare event. It actually happens several times a year, since Mercury never strays very far from the sun. But when their union is close and clean, without excessive combustion, the classical texts describe it as something that sharpens the intellect. It gives a person or a specific period of time an unusual clarity of judgment. Here is the soul-level mechanism. Confidence without clear thinking quickly becomes recklessness. On the other hand, clear thinking without confidence turns into hesitation. This yoga is the rare moment when the two actually meet. The will and the mind completely aligned. The karmic dimension is simple. This is not an alignment that hands you good fortune on a platter. It hands you clarity. What you choose to do with that clarity is still entirely yours to decide. Consider this timing wisdom. When this window arrives, it is less about taking bold new risks. It is more about seeing your existing decisions clearly. It helps you see which ones deserve your continued conviction, and which ones you have just been holding onto out of habit, rather than sound judgment. For Mira, that evening, it was not really about her app's alert. It was about realizing that clarity itself, whether in trading or in anything else in life, is worth naming. It is worth noticing, and it is worth trusting when it finally arrives. Some unions are not loud. They simply let the mind and the will finally agree.